Okay, let me talk a little bit about the new function called lists. This is something that came from many of the customers requesting this kind of thing. But basically down in the lower right-hand corner there's this button called lists. I'll hit it. And what it will do is show you a list of lists. You can see up at the top of the screen right now it says all lures, so I'm on the all lures list. I'll press it again, but that shows you every company that we have out there, and every lure will be under those companies if you have the lifetime membership. Otherwise, it'll just show you your companies, if you've bought individual lures, which companies you have lures for and the lures under them. I'll go back to lists again. You still have your favorites now under here. Right now, all I have is one lure under favorites, Flicker Minnow 7. It works just like before, though. I can go back to the all lures list, and I want a Flicker Minnow 5. I want 6 and 7 Flicker Shads, maybe a 9. I'm starting to use the wild thing, so I'll put that on there. I can add whatever favorites I want. And when I go back to the list and hit favorites, now it just shows my favorites on that list. So favorites is still there. It's just put under the lists right now. You go back to the lists. We have also done things like categorize lures that have certain features. So if you pick the 50+2 method list, what you will get, I'll collapse this, is all of the companies that we've done testing with the 50+2 data. So again, I'll go under Berkley here. I'll pick the 9 Flicker Minnow. You still have to, when you come into these lures, you still have to go to the line type and pick 50+2 data. So all of these lures that are listed under this 50+2 method list have the 50+2 data, but you still have to pick the line type. Just a reminder for everybody, if you are using this 50+2 data, the feet down the feet back includes the 50-foot leader. So if you say 140, that means you're going to let out a 50-foot leader, put on a 2-ounce snap weight, and then continue to let out line until you get to 140. So you're going to let out 90 feet after the leader. Again, you can still switch around the different speeds here. You can see as you go faster, obviously the lure isn't going to dive as deep with the same amount of line out because that snap weight is a weighted system. So you're going to, have more drag as you're speeding up. But anyway, the lists do give you every lure that's got the testing. So if you're wondering which lures we have 50+2 data for, you simply go to this list and you'll be able to see that. One thing you will notice is up at the top, it does give you which list you're on. So right now, 50+2 method, again, version 5 of the app is the latest version. One thing to remember when you're playing with lists is, I know we're going to have an issue with people saying, oh, all my lures aren't here. One of the first things you got to do is go to lists and hit all lures again to see all of your lures. We do have another one that kind of groups everything together. That's the lead core data. Every lure that has lead core is listed here, so that you can tell which lures you could use lead core with that we've done the testing for. All right, go back to lists again. We do also now have a crappie. I'll call it a list or a category. We are now selling a subscription for crappie. If you only want crappie lures from Precision Trolling Data, you can actually go out and buy, I think it's a $12.95 a year subscription to get all of these crappie lures. I believe it's over 50 lures now. Maybe it's up to 60. But again, under these now, since we're under the crappie list, like if I pick Berkley, you're only going to see the smaller Berkley crankbaits. If you go under, Genco Fishing, here's their 2-inch crappie crankbait. So you'll only get the crappie lures, or what we think are crappie lures, underneath the crappie list, I'll call it. So it just is a little bit helpful for those people who like to fish crappie. But that's basically the lists function. Just remember, if you feel like you're missing some of your lures, always pick the all lures up there, and that will list every lure that you have. In my case, I have the lifetime membership, so I got over 480 different lures under 48 companies. So that is the list function. Hopefully it helps you find the lures that you need and keep track of the lures that you want to use and help get you more fish.